Hello again everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. We are back here in the Chantry in Kirkwall. I'm going to have a little look at this codex that we just had. Parvol, yes. In the 30th year of Steel Age, the first Canary ships were sighted off the coast of Parvol in the far north, marking the beginning of a new age of warfare. History calls this the First Canary War, but it was mostly a one-sided bloodbath, with the Canary advancing far into the mainland. Canary warriors in glittering steel armour carved through armors with ease. Their cannons, the likes of which our ancestors had never seen, reduced city walls to rubble in a matter of seconds. Stories of Canary occupation vary greatly. It is said they dismantled families and sent captives to learning camps for indoctrination into their religion. Those who refused to cooperate disappeared to mines or construction camps. For every tale of suffering, however, there is another of enlightenment deriving from something called the Coon. This is either a philosophical code or a written text that governs all aspects of Canary life, perhaps both. One converted Sahiran reported pity for those who refused to embrace the Coon, as if the conquerors had led him to a sort of self-discovery. For all my life I followed the Maker wherever his path led me, he wrote, but in the Coon I found the means to travel my own path. It has been said that the most complete way to wipe out a people is not with blades but with books. Thankfully, a world that had repelled 4 blights would not easily bow to a foreign aggressor, and so the exalted marches began. The greatest advance of the Chantry-led forces was the Circle of Magi. For all their technology, the Canary appeared to have a great hatred for magic. Faced with cannons, the Chantry responded with lightning and balls of fire. The Canary armies lacked the sheer numbers of humanity, so many were slain at Marnus Pell on both sides. The Veil is so many were slain at Marnus Pell on both sides that the Veil is said to be permanently sundered, the ruins still plagued by restless corpses. But each year the Chantry pushed further and further into Canary lines, although local converts to the Coon proved difficult to return to Andraste's teachings. By the end of the Storm Age, the Canary were truly pushed back. Rivain was the only human land that retained the Canary religion after being freed, and its rulers attempted to barter a peace. Most human lands signed the Lomerian Accord, accepting the Tevinter Imperium. It is a shaky peace that has lasted to this day. You're telling me. As long as Sten doesn't show up, then nothing in here. About on the other side, I wonder. It's interesting that that's how the Canary first showed up. I didn't actually realise. Burning Itch? Oh no, you... Well, you asked for that, didn't you? Right. Cordelius Draken, king of the city-state of Orlear, was a man of uncommon ambition in the year -15 Ancient. Yes. The young king began construction of a great temple dedicated to the Maker, and declared that by its completion he would not only have united the warring city-states of the south, he would have brought an Andrastian belief to the world. In -3 Ancient, the temple was completed. There, in its heart, Draken knelt before the eternal flame of Andraste and was crowned ruler of the Empire of Orlear. His first act as emperor to declare the Chantry as the established Andrastian religion of the Empire. It took 3 years and several hundred votes before Elisa of Monsimard was elected to lead the new Chantry. Upon her coronation as divine, she took the name Justinia in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's songs. In that moment, the ancient era ended and the divine age began. Oh, so that was like the -13 age. Okay, that makes sense. Right, Locks of the Golden Fool. What's that? A satirical tome about a deluded brother of the Chantry who sought peace between elves and humans, a condemnation of fanatics of both races. It is favoured by radical elves choosing to live in Darktown. Okay. So can we tell that to people in Darktown, maybe? I'm not even sure what exactly we can do with that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm really not certain. Okay, let's read this. The first blight devastated the Tevinter Imperium. Not only had the Darkspawn ravaged the countryside, but Tevinter citizens had to face the fact that their own gods had turned against them. Dumat, the old god once known as the Dragon of Silence, had risen to silence the world. And despite the frenzied pleas for help, the other old gods did nothing. The people of the Emporium began to question their faith, murdering priests and burning temples to punish their gods for not returning to help. Well, that was the dragon who became the archdemon, so yeah. He's obviously had quite a bit of an impact on the world's timeline. In those days, even after the devastation of the First Blight, the Emporium stretched across the known world. Fringed with barbarian tribes, the Emporium was well prepared for invasions and attacks from without. Fitting then that the story of its downfall begins from within. The people of the far northern and eastern reaches of the Emporium rose up against their powerful overlords in rebellion. The Tevinter Magisters summoned demons to put down these small rebellions, leaving corpses to burn as examples to all who would dare revolt. The Emporium began to tear itself apart from within, throngs of angry and disillusioned citizens doing what centuries of opposing armies could not. But the Magisters were confident in their power, and they could not imagine surviving a blight only to be destroyed by their own subjects. Yeah, true. Even after the Blight, Tevinter commanded an army larger than that of any other organised nation in Thedas, but that army was scattered and its morale dwindling. The ruin of Tevinter was such that the Alamari barbarians, who would spread their clans and holds over the wilderness of the Frodden Valley at the far southeast edge of the Emporium, saw weakness in their enemy, and after an age of oppression embarked on a campaign not only to free their own lands, but to bring down mighty Tevinter as well. The leaders of that blessed campaign were the great barbarian warlord Mafarath and his wife Andraste. Their dreams and ambitions would change the world forever. You're telling me? Yeah. Mafarath and Andraste had quite the history together, if all these writings have to be believed. Right, let's leave the Chantry, and oh, we can actually we have a world map. Whoa. To change maps, select Kirk. Oh, for fuck! Would you stop disappearing? Jesus, come on! Right, so that's Kirkwall day. That's Kirkwall at night. What's this? The free marches. Oh, so we can actually leave Sundermount and Wounded Coast. Okay. Well, we'll stick in Kirkwall for now. So where are we? Chantry, Hightown, Black Emporium. Oh, so that's part of our DLC. That's the docks. That's the Lowtown. Right. Let's go back to Hightown, just for now, because I don't know if there's anything else we can actually find there. We might as well have a look. I don't think we actually looked everywhere. Achievement Lock Darkness Falls. That must be 2. Is all this coming up in the Art of War, by the way? Ah, use the world map to visit Kirkwall during the day, Kirkwall at night, or the free marches. Okay. So what is in the, like, south area of this place, then? I'm wondering. Anything of any use to us?
Mother must have played here as a girl. Walk in peace.
Thank you. I appreciate your well wishes. You are forgiven. Oh, it was a crate here. We finally found something. A fancy poison ring. A poison ring. How on earth can a ring be a poison ring? There's nothing here at all, is there? What's? Is there anything in here? Ooh, ooh, secrets. Okay. Gotcha. Plate armor. That's good to know. It's not even as good as the one we have. That's very disappointing. I can still sell it on though for a bit of gold, I suppose. Make up some of the money that I have blatantly thrown away. Another crate here. Great sword and Lyrium potion. So that's probably that's gonna be a two-handed weapon, isn't it? Yes. I'll keep my one-handed weapon, thank you. I'm perfectly happy as a sword and shield fellow.
Excuse me, Miss Aaron.
Right, so I don't think we're gonna find anything else in Hightown. So let's go.
Trip to the country.
Let's head to the Viscount's Keep. Can we go there directly via this area, or? No, we have to actually go via Hightown. Okay, we'll head over there now then. That person's still looking for his dog. That's a very weird looking gate. I imagine that probably closes actually if it needs to. That would make more sense. This is a very grand entrance, isn't it? Wow.
That's ridiculous. How could anyone believe that? Bah, it sickens me just to talk about it.
Okay. Viscount's Keep. Right. So we can at least speak to Valena in here and see if we can learn anything from her.
Good day, Sirrah.
Hierarchy of the Circle. Right. It is no simple matter, safeguarding ordinary men from mages and mages from themselves. Each circle tower must have some measure of self-government, for it is ever the Maker's will that men be given the power to take responsibility for our own actions, to sin and fail, as well as to achieve the highest grace and glory in our own strength. You, who will be tasked with the protection of the circle, must be aware of its workings. The first enchanter is the heart of any tower. He will determine the course his circle will take. He will choose which apprentices may be tested and made full mages, and you will work most closely with him. Assisting the first enchanter will be the senior enchanters, a small council of the most trusted and experienced magi in the tower. From this group, the next first enchanter is always chosen. Beneath the council are the enchanters. These are the teachers and mentors of the tower, and you must get to know them in order to keep your finger on the pulse of the circle, for the enchanters will always know what is happening among the children. All those who have passed their harrowing but have not taken apprentices are mages. This is where most trouble in the circle lies, in the idleness and inexperience of youth. The untested apprentices are the most numerous denizens of any tower, but they more often pose threats to themselves due to their lack of training than to anyone else. So does that make sense? It'll gather your party. Oh, so you can choose your party members here. So we don't currently have Aveline, but it looks like she might join us again at some point. Yeah, well we can't have a full party at this point game, thank you. Right. So let's head to the up here just to begin with. Can we go in here? We can.
You're looking well, Sirrah.
Why, thank you. 50 years. That's how long it took the Emporium to drive out the Canary occupation, but the rest of Northern Thedas was not so lucky. Both divines, white and black, declared exalted marches, and for the only time since the schism of the Chantry, they worked together. A century-long siege resulted, with the giant Canary entrenched in Antiva and Rivian, and all of Thedas throwing armies against them. The war drained the resources of every nation in Thedas, leaving most on the brink of collapse. For the Giants, it did not appear to be the damage to their armada or the loss of their soldiers, but the terrible toll upon the Riviani population that prompted their retreat. When the third new exalted march had all but massacred the people of Kontar without even chipping the Canary occupying force, the Giants finally withdrew. The treaty that put an official end to the Canary Wars was signed on the politically neutral island of Lomarin, off the southern coast of Rivian, 150 years after their assault on the mainland began. The Canary left our shores. They reached the northern archipelago in exchange for cessation of hostilities against all the nations on the Accord. Only Tevinter refused to sign, and so the war continues to rage in the Imperium to the present day. It is worth noting, however, that the Kingdom of Rivain immediately violated the treaty twice. Once when the humans of Northern Rivain, nearly all practitioners of the Kun, and therefore by definition Canary, refused to leave their homes and go in exile to the islands. And again when the Rivain Chantry and nationalist forces, unable to convert its people back to the worship of the Maker, tried to purge by the sword, slaughtering countless unarmed people and burying them in mass graves. It is a fortunate mystery that the Lees in Kontar did not alert their allies in the Northern Passage, or would still be fighting the Giants now. Fucking hell, we really tempted our luck there, didn't we? Seneschal Bran.
The office of the Viscount is not open to the public, especially recent arrivals not actually part of the public.
Charming.
Apologies. I'm quite busy.
I can't do that.
So that must be the Viscount's office then. We go in here though, apparently. Oh. What's this? A rare collaboration between human and elven vintners. The result is a taste that has been called appropriately tense. Yeah. Occasionally requested in the Low Town Bazaar, although elves rarely do so openly. Okay, so I'm guessing these books and things are maybe we can supply to people that want them.
Not going to happen.
Or I can't.
Not likely.
No. Okay. The Enigma of Kirkwall. The Viscount is suspicious, but the bribe was sufficient to gain access to the restricted section of the archives. The money would have been better spent elsewhere, the archives being almost devoid of Imperium era records. When the slaves revolted, they hunted magisters and burned the city, at least the parts that could be burned. One account says that the streets were littered with piles of scrolls and books set aflame. Is that quest futile? Did the slaves destroy the answer? As Mathras' armies toppled the Imperium, they sent 3 magisters and their legions here. They never arrived. But why march here of all places? What were they coming for? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out. Probably not though. It's not likely. Seems far too ancient for us. Anything up in these areas, I wonder. Yeah, we'll check the south area of the keep first.
Must be terribly busy. I've been waiting most of the day.
I'm sure he's busy. I mean, he's a Viscount. You've entered a companion's home base. Ah, so this is... Okay, that makes sense.
I don't think I can do that.
So this is Aveline's home base. And I'm guessing that tavern down in the Low Town will be Varric's home base. Where Bethany's home base will be... God knows. Thank you. It is with pride that I, your Viscount, grant the authority of law and civil enforcement upon the guardsmen of an independent Kirkwall. No more will we defer to the will of foreign troops or draw holy order into tasks unbefitting their mandate. These proud men and women will be of the people and will enforce the laws we have elected for a civil and ordered society. And should the spectre of invasion return, the noble guardsmen will conscript from the population, for who better to amass the people's will than the constables of law charged with its inspection. This is a great day, fair Kirkwall, and I am honoured to appoint the first guard captain. Long may he serve the will of a free people. Study of the Fifth Blight, Volume 1. Right. While some of my contemporaries dispute whether the Fifth Blight was a true blight or merely a large Darkstorm resurgence, historians agree that it began in the swamps of the Kokari Wilds, on the southeastern border of Ferelden in the year 930 Dragon. King Caelan Therion was swift in responding to the threat, gathering the royal army, every Grey Warden in his country, and sending a call for aid to the Ferelden nobility. The assembled armies laid a trap in the ruins of Ostagar, hoping to crush the force before it reached civilization, but they failed. Darkspawn overran the defenders of Ostagar and decimated the king and his army. They continued their advance into Ferelden unopposed. Only 2 Grey Wardens managed to escape the slaughter, and somehow they came into possession of ancient treaties which compelled the races of men to join arms against the massing horde. We did that! And we did a hell of a job, didn't we? We were fantastic. There's Aveline there. Let's have a look in these rooms before we do speak to her. This is a nice little bedroom there for the guards. Probably the same here, is it? It is similar. There's a simple chest.
You know, I might be able to give you a...
Yeah, I think Var can do that, can't he? There we go. Engraved armband, a health potion, a short bow. Nice. Yeah, okay. So if anyone does have archery, they might be able to use that, but not us right now. Aveline!
Aveline.
Hello, Hawk.
She seems thrilled to see us.
Been a while, hasn't it?
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you. Information is one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for Bartrand. He's a son of a bitch.
You spying on me again?
You know I don't like it when you have people watch me.
Saved me camping on your doorstep. After what we went through to get here, well, you're no child, but I take care of my friends.
That's nice of her, I
Places
suppose.
they have me patrolling, I've got time.
You're not happy as a guard?
Still having trouble? I thought you were past all that.
Lately, I don't know. I've been pushed out to some dead patrols. Maybe I stepped on someone's toes.
You can be forceful.
My charm, right? I should be able to go where I'm needed.
It's true.
In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
Are you happy here?
Seems like Kirkwall suits you.
It has been a challenge. Lots of opportunity, if you're the type the locals want.
Are you?
If you argue enough, you kind of convince yourself.
That's a no then.
It's been a year settling in. Are you all right?
You don't need to coddle me. I am where I am. How close I hold my memories is my own business.
Fair enough.
This must be a very different pace from serving King Kalen.
I love that life, but there's a new king for a new Ferelden. Seems cocksure, but I guess he was there when the Archdemon fell. Can't fault an active hand.
That's Alistair,
It's just
isn't
one
it?
more
Yeah.
change, though. The real end for me was Ostagar. You and Carver must have felt something similar. I don't know if that's right to say. I barely knew him.
No, you're right.
Death on that scale certainly has a finality to it.
Sometimes I wonder.
What's the job?
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing.
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
Who are we up against?
Do you have a name or anything else to go on?
Not important. If we show up and they attack, they're bad. Simple as that. I'll
True.
wager it's smugglers though. Like I said, seems like an obvious trap for a caravan.
Seems suspicious though if there's no things on record.
You've been nosing around outside your commission.
I have contacts, and they're complaining about a lack of meat. Thugs and such. Someone is hiring. And one or two were told to prepare for travelers. You want to be good at this job? You pay attention to what's missing, and when people arrange escape routes.
Seems like you'd want to share this with your fellow guards.
I will, if you sit on your hands. I'll send my alerts, and someone else will lead a patrol. But there's profit and influence to be had. You're my friend, so I'm offering.
No, yeah, I like the idea of that.
I'm no guard, Aveline.
There's only so many of us. Temporary recruits are expected time to time, as long as they're competent.
Well, I'd like to think I'm
You
competent.
still claim to be competent,
Let's
right?
do it.
Aveline, you've got yourself a partner.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there.
Ah,
You're acting.
that's like the
how
game
you
saying,
are.
yeah, she's kind of vital.
Messiah, please stop kicking the wall.
New quest, the witch. Also, Aveline's with us now. Take Aveline to find the ambush hiding alongside the pass of Sundermount. The location of the bandits will only be clear if she is present. So basically, if you go to Sundermount, they won't be there. That's okay. That's fair. Aveline Valen. Aveline was born in Orlais, but she never knew the country. Her father, Benoit Dulac, was a chevalier who lost his patron to the game of intrigue. The game, yes. He fled to Ferelden while Aveline was an infant, and though his holdings were meagre, he was determined she would have the life he had lost. She would become a knight no matter the cost. He eventually sold everything to sponsor Aveline into King Kaelin's service. Oh, bless him. Knightly skills seemed bred into Aveline's bones, but she had her doubts, starting with her namesake, Sir Aveline. The first female knight of Orlais was orphaned, mocked for her looks, and murdered when she dared stand with men in the tournament. Her glory lies in tragedy, but the living Aveline doesn't revere sacrifice. The principal death is still death. Her father was proud of her, but she would never be the knight he wished for. Aveline married Wesley Valen while serving in the Ferelden army. They were kindred spirits and determined guardians. His death during the Blight scarred her, not just his loss, but that she failed to protect him. Aveline has healed in the past year, but she has yet to forgive herself. Accordingly, she's fiercely protective of the Hawks and Craig. They share a bond in loss, a connection she cherishes, but will not allow to be repeated. Yeah, we do have a lot in common in that regard. Okay, so we're going to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, then please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you in the next episode of Dragon Age 2. Thanks again, guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.